Alrighty then. So, as you can see, hey, you got a King Ghidorah in front of you. Hey, that's not exactly new. Well, this is the Koffers. We don't review just new stuff. We also review old stuff, fun stuff. Now, I was out and about this morning doing some errands, and I stopped by my Target that happened to have some interesting things in stock that I had not seen on store shelves ever. One of them being this guy right here, the Playmates 2019 King Ghidorah. He's actually been out for well over a year and some change. To my knowledge, you had to get him online. Now, I have seen him pop up in other Targets, but not mine or any in my area out here in Southern California. But I have seen people post pictures of him popping up, mostly in the Northeast states. So I don't know what's going on with Playmates, but they've been re-releasing some older figures. This guy and the black Mechagodzilla from Godzilla and Kong have been making appearances. I saw that guy out there. But since I had never physically held this figure in my hand, I figured, why not? Picked it up, and today we're going to open him up and see exactly how Playmates stacked up with Godzilla's arch nemesis, if you will. Now, I know a lot of people are still trying to find this guy. I don't know what the issue is with getting him out into mass retailers. About a year and a half ago, he did pop up in the UK, and that seemed to be the only way to get him. It was, either through an online retailer there or someone selling him secondhand on eBay or on Amazon. But apparently, Playmates maybe found a crate and oh, let's get these out there. So let's look at the box, considering that this is quite different from the Godzilla and Kong figures I've been reviewing as of late. So you got the nice blue hue. There's still all the Monsterverse stuff on the back. As you can see, there's Mechagodzilla, there's Kong, Ghidorah's up there. So there's Ghidorah. And yeah, this one's still got the battle damage stuff. Let's check out the back. So there you go. And then the bottom, let me turn that around for you guys. So for you barcode hunters out there, just giving you a heads up. So it looks like we're going to have to do a little assembling. So let me crack this bad boy open. Come right back. All right, here he is, completely unpacked. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces that now have to be assembled. They really make you work for your toys today. All right, so we got the torso here. 3 heads, legs. So we are going to do the tails first. And of course, we got the ball joints. So let's see how easy this is going to go. This is going to be a pain in the butt. All right. Much better. Come on. Okay, no clicking, but okay, it is what it is. So, wings. Now this thing looks... Okay, so there are the clips. Let's see how well and easy this will go in. So you gotta line it up just so. Okay, so locked in there. And there we go. So you gotta get them in nice and tight, like so. Let's get the last one. That looks like it's lined in. It's not all the way in. There we go. Clicked. And then last but not least, this guy here. 40-year-old dude can't even get lined up like this, right? There we go. All right. I guess. Yeah, that looks to be it. And Shazam. We now have King Ghidorah. All right, now that we have him assembled, let's take a look at how King Ghidorah stacks up. So, First things first, he has a hard plastic body, which offers absolutely no mobility. Man, I couldn't even get that out. I'm kind of slurring over my words today. He does have a decent sculpt, as you can see. So there's body tone in there. The legs are a soft plastic, so they are kind of malleable. As you can see, I can squeeze the toes and kind of bend them a little bit. So there is some movement, but they're not too much that they're going to break or snap or warp. So the leg is on a basic swivel. So there you go. Actually, one of the things I noticed already over any of the SH Monster Arts, the Haya, or even the Bandai vinyl, is that he's actually very well balanced. I mean, he stands up pretty well. So I'm assuming that's why the wings are the way they are. As you can see, especially from the assembly, they do not move. They are in there. That is the one downside I'm already seeing to this, because I do like, you know, if I'm having something with wings, I want them to flap, because you want that kind of flap motion. You know, the kid in me always wants the action. You want the action movement. You want wings. So I'm assuming because of the way this thing was boxed, they could not go with any sort of joint. So they just decided to go with a solid piece of plastic that can be packaged very easily. Like I said, these are just solid, thin sheets of plastic. They are molded very well. They do have the detailing. They have the bone lines and the webbing, kind of very Batwing-ish. So that is one downfall that I do see. So the tail, as you saw, is on a ball and joint. So you get good rotation on them. They are also a soft plastic, with the tips being the most loose of them all. So you can really move them around. I know. The heads and necks. Now this part actually surprised me, because the heads are similar to the tail. They're on a ball joint, so you can actually get a good rotation on the heads. So this I do appreciate, because again, you want to get some of those dynamic poses. You want, you know, you want the heads to look like they have their own individual personality. That was one of the fun things about the 2019 film, is that they all had their different personas, especially Kevin. So, and because the way they are, you could probably pop these off. Yep. So if you want to put this in Godzilla's mouth, you can reenact a couple of scenes. Let me see if I can get that back in there. There we go. And pop back in pretty easy. I wouldn't recommend popping it in and out though. But since they are a soft plastic, they do seem to be malleable, so I don't think you have to worry about any sort of breakage. The head itself are very well sculpted. Now, this is a toy that is about $10, so you're going to get not the best paint job. From afar, the eyes look like, oh hey, they painted in the eyes. Well, we zoom in on them, you can see they're just little blotches of yellow. So, okay. The teeth and mouth do have some blotching of paint that do make them pop out. It's not the best, but from afar, it looks pretty cool. So, I'll give them a solid kind of B on that. I have seen a lot of adult collectors take these Playmates figures and give them a repaint or give them a wash. I will say that the base body color being one solid color, again, probably for cost measurement, that's it's something to be had. And the one thing I kind of do dig that this line did seem to abandon with the Godzilla Kong New Empire line, and being a fan of the Kenner Jurassic Park figures, I had all those as a kid, I had the T-Rex, is they still have dino damage. I love it. So, and you can see they got the meaty violence right there. And this piece is just a piece of soft plastic that goes right in, so it's a different texture from the rest of the body. The only problem with this is that the same one I had when I was a kid. So if you're giving these to kids, this piece is probably going to get lost because, well, it doesn't stay in there permanently. That is the only downside, and that's probably why they stopped doing it. Size-wise, he is pretty big. All things considered, he's probably one of the biggest Playmates of the 6-inch line. Now, I know a lot of that is in the wings. They do give the impression that he's bigger. Technically, he is quite a little bit bigger than the rest of the line. Makes sense because Ghidorah is the largest of all of the Titans, if you will, in the current Monsterverse series. So he'll stand pretty evenly with Godzilla. I don't have any of the other Playmates with me right now, so you'll have to forgive me. I can't do a compare and contrast. But overall, a very well-made figure. I gotta give Playmates credit where credit's due. They did a bang-up job on this guy. In the entire line, I'm going with Tiamat as the best thus far. If you saw my video on that, I was raving about it, especially for an action figure. That was a well-made figure. Kong with the Bees Club is up there too, and I'm going to say 2019 King Ghidorah. He takes third place. He's a very well-made figure. He's balanced, so you'd be perfect on anyone's shelves. And if you're giving this to a kid, this is absolutely spot on for them to play with. If you're an adult collector and you don't like spending a lot of money, you don't want to plop down the price for the Haya, or God forbid, the SH Monster Arts, and you don't like the way that the Bandai vinyl looked, this is a nice, alternative to that. So, and for $10, I literally paid $11.50 after tax for this guy. Got him on the shelf at Target. You really can't go wrong. My only quips would be, the assembly, the wings. If you're not careful putting them in, you could break them early on. But to be fair, I've had X Plus figures that were King Ghidorah that had the pegs that go in, and those things broke. So it really doesn't matter how much the price is. Sometimes you just can't get over bad engineering. So, but overall, I got these in pretty easy. Took about 2 minutes to assemble. And yeah, I dig this guy. I dig him a lot. He's a very well-made figure and gets my thumbs up as far as action figures go. Well, there you guys go. That's my review of Playmates Monsterverse King Ghidorah. I didn't expect to really be reviewing this guy, but I saw him on store shelves and I couldn't say no, especially for the price. Like I said, overall, a very good figure. If you see him on the store shelves, I would recommend picking him up if you're a collector. If you got kids, bam, he's perfect for you. So, on that note, if you like what you see, we do have a show. It's called The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. If you don't like to download, we also are on streaming. Find us on all of your favorite podcast streamers, including Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you might find better podcasts. We're also on social media. It's right there. Just let you look at it for a second. If you want to give us a follow, love that. If you want to ask us any questions, these would be the places to do it. And with that, that'll wrap up this edition of the Koffers. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.